Hey guys, Geno V here, talking about the things I like to talk about. Right now and today, that means talking about the fact that titles are worth a lot less than you think, okay? Listen, I've got experience with this because I ran into it myself. Titles, any company can make up any title. It doesn't actually mean anything. They can call you the grand overlord of the world on your actual job title, right? On the system and the whole nine yards. That doesn't mean you're overlord of the world, right? They can call you regional manager of the entire US. But if they've got two offices and only sell like 20K of stuff a year in two cities, that doesn't mean anything. The danger here is a lot of companies will use a fugazi title to keep you in the company longer than you should be there. Okay. They will say, well, we can't promote you to engineer four, so we're going to call you special systems engineer. What the fuck is that? What's a special systems engineer? Well, they're responsible for this and this. And they just made that up. And what that title is at that company is not what that title is at that company, is not what that title is at that company. Okay. So regardless of where you end up going, they're not going to ask you just your title. They're going to ask you, more importantly, what did you do? How much were you responsible for? What were the dollar amounts flying from this section to this section? How much revenue did you oversee? How much cost did you cut? How many people were you responsible for? All of those things matter infinitely more than the title. The title is purely ego. And if they get you hooked on a ego trip just from having a sick title in some company, they might be able to keep you for much longer than they should be able to. You should have jumped ship a long time ago and gotten a better position at some other company. The title means nothing. Money means something, right? Because with it, you can be smarter. You can start your own business. You can invest. You can hold on to it as a buffer and have an emergency savings. You can do a lot of stuff with it, right? You can live off of it. You can have experiences with it. Money is worth something. A title is almost worth nothing. Nobody cares if you call yourself owner, CEO, founder, and when they go to ask you at the next job that you're applying to, oh, what were you owner, CEO, founder of? And you say, well, I had a lemonade stand in my backyard. Cool. Great. Take any defense contractor, engineer 1, 2, 3, 4, right? They can call you engineer 13, right? And then when you apply for another job, the company's just gonna be like, okay, I don't really recognize that. What did you do? Well, I was responsible for a bunch of other engineers and we did this and this, and I was the ultimate say because I was the most senior. Oh, it sounds like an engineer four. Okay, I think we'll just put you as an engineer four. You know how much that title had an influence over what they were going to do with you? Nothing. You know what did have something to do with where they were going to put you? Your responsibility and your experience, not the title. The title sounds cool, but for 99% of the things that sound super cool out here in the professional world, they're worthless. The amount of entrepreneurial CEO, owner, founders I've met that are responsible for $10 of revenue a year, countless. And they're all weird. I'm just saying, don't get caught up in chasing the title. Don't get satisfied for a promotion just with them bumping you 10% your salary and giving you a weird title that sounds more official, right? Don't do it. Don't get stuck. Okay. The name's not worth as much as you think it is. Please, guys. You want financial independence. You want real responsibility growth. You want to be responsible for millions and millions of dollars worth of machinery and people and ideas and processes and real estate. That's what you want. They can call you janitor. Okay. But if you're responsible for all of that, like $10 million of facilities, think about the jobs you could get. Think about the experience you have. Oh, what did you do? It says here you were a janitor at your last place. Well, I oversaw like 10 million square feet of maintenance over these different jurisdictions, meeting these different health requirements, safety requirements, science requirements, hazardous materials requirements. We never had any write-ups. Here's how long I ran them. And I had, 50 engineers and other service people under me. You think they're going to care that your title was janitor? No, they're going to care that you oversaw whatever I said, 10 million or 20 million square feet of facility, and that you had all these things and you never got marked up and no OSHA violations and, 100% uptime in the facilities. That's what they care about. Okay. They care about the stuff. They care about the meaning, not the bullshit, not the fugazi stuff you throw on top. Okay. Don't let the company convince you to stay longer and smooth over the situation just by stroking your ego. Please don't let them do it. Okay. No more super special operations engineer. What are you, in the Marines? Come on. Please. Don't let them do that to you, okay? Because it happened to me. And I stayed longer than I should have in a place just because I thought the title sounded cool. And when I talk to my friends, I'd be like, I get to be this person. I'd be like, wow, that sounds so important, Geno. It sounded way more important than it was. Life lessons learned, guys. I'm just trying to get you to a better place. Okay? Let me know if you have something similar. And please, for the love of God, actually, in his name, don't let the titles convince you to stay longer than you should. Okay? Value financial independence, not the title. Geno out.